Testing, testing, testing. If anyone is in the live, please let me know. Today's live is on a Tuesday. I haven't decided what my new schedule is going to be, but my life has changed a lot over the summer. I also cut off all my hair today. That's fun if you're watching this post live. My summer has been topsy-turvy. Every week of my life has been a different life. So, yeah, really excited to be back. I also have found a way to make Extreme Ultimate Decades work, so I'm really excited about that because I've been missing playing. We're going to basically be revamping the rules completely and implementing some stuff. So I am currently loading game. Anyone is in there? Hi. Thank you for being here, Bree. Thank you. I just cut it off today. I know I've told you guys before, I'm a homeschool mom, not anymore. I sent my kids to school for the first time ever. Hey guys. Yeah, I sent my kids to the school for the first time ever. Yeah. Okay, sorry. It was asking me if I wanted the Sims delivery, and I don't want it right now. It looks like, okay, I need to change my save file too, real quick. All right, now that my mods are enabled. Yeah, so my life has changed a lot. I figured out how to save Extreme Ultimate Decades without making a new save file because that wasn't working anyways. I mean, it could have worked. It's just the amount of time it takes to make, like, what, 80 Sims reconnect it with each other. Because they were all strangers, so they like lost their character, and I don't know. But I have a plan forward, so I'm hoping to have a video out either this week or next week. We're gonna go back to regular videos. I've had a rough summer, so but now that my kids are in school, I don't have to play at night. I can play during the day after I drop them off at school and get videos out. So I'm very excited about that. Especially because I'm getting really close to 1K subscribers on YouTube. So I really want to, like, be, you guys know, I always want to be loyal and upload a lot. And sorry, I'm reading at the same time. We are in super lot, so I need to put those in here. Mods, saves, right. Cool. Okay. And we're gonna just do some stream stuff today. Perfect. All right. Loading again. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I am playing tonight because I'm trying to find a new day that works. I think Mondays actually might still work. I might just start doing it earlier on Mondays if that's okay with you guys. I know originally I was doing 9, but I have to wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm not a morning person, and my whole house isn't morning people, so that's not fun. But you guys know I really get into it sometimes on live, and we play. Oh, me too. I've missed Extreme Ultimate Decades. So I originally, I was gonna do the new save file, which I did start, but when I 80 Sims, I think it's like 82 Sims. I'm only at 40, like reconnecting, and I'm gonna still work on it in the background just in case my new idea doesn't work. And we can do a medieval let's play, right? We can use the Extreme Ultimate Decades challenge that I'm rebuilding to make a medieval world. So I'm not really worried about like wasting my time doing that. But when it comes to the challenge, I like the D&D roleplay style. I love storytelling. I love the rotational gameplay a lot. I miss it so much. Let me go ahead and switch around my camera real fast. If I go invisible, give me 1 second and see if this helps. Okay. How do I just... Correct. I'm coming back, I promise. And get rid of this. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So we're in the save file. Have I ever made a fairy for this save file, or did I just make it to play a fairy? I think that's what I haven't played Sims since we last did live because I felt so guilty. I was like, I can't play if I'm not playing with you guys or recording. So I've stayed away. So I don't know really anything going on. I'm in, Facebook groups and I see that, but I don't really see anything else. I think this is my fairy person, right? Or either my kid made her. I can't remember if this is mine or my kid's. But you know what? We can plop her in the world. And I'll just put her in a house. I'm not going to play her, though. I'm not going to play fairies. I feel like you guys are probably all fairied out, too. Hey, thank you. Yeah, so my vacation in August was great for my anniversary. That was fun. And then it's been a crazy, because we decided to enroll our kids in school. So it's been a crazy, like, last 10 days of August, Oh, I did make her. Okay, I couldn't tell because my daughter has been making number one K-pop demon hunters every single day. She makes them and they're getting better and better and better. Mind you, she's 7. Yeah, she just has been making Sims like nonstop. I kind of want to build in Chestnut. I kind of feel like building. Is that okay with you guys? Or we can do, I mean, I can always like, we could build something and then we can do the cast, or we could do the cast and then do the house. But I kind of want to maybe build a little tiny something. I hate to evict. Well, maybe we could remodel his house. Isn't he the person who collects the alcohol, or no? The nectar? I don't know. Let me just evict him and we'll deal with whoever he is later. Yeah, I'm in the mood to build. I would say, oh, let me remodel this place, but I know darn well I'm gonna end up gutting most of it to the point I might as well just bulldoze it and rebuild. But yeah, so I will be able to record videos. Tomorrow I have a facial because I'm doing some self-care because this year has been crazy. So tomorrow I have a facial, but starting Wednesday I can record like at 9 a.m. and hopefully get a video out, by the evening and all that fun stuff. So I'm very excited. I'm sorry it was kind of like a little break there. It wasn't intentional, but you always got to do what's best for you. And now that life has like settled down, I'm really happy to feel like I have a schedule in mind that I get to keep to. All right, so I think I'm gonna just have fun and do like a little like 1800s inspired cabin. I'm really excited you're excited about Extreme Ultimate Decades coming back. And it's gonna be alternative. Remember, it's only extreme because I play by different rules and I use all the craziness in The Sims to make it not historical. So it's not like, I wouldn't say it's extreme because it's hard. I mean, sometimes it's hard. I just chose to call it extreme because I thought that was a fun thing to call it. There was a YouTuber I used to follow who made all her challenges and it was like extreme, like Vampire Legacy or whatever. It wasn't extreme at all. She just played a Vampire Legacy, but she called it extreme. And I just like that flair. But I do like my random acts of life and stuff like that. And I want to keep true to that vibe. Kind of want to make like this, like, I know I said 1800s inspired, but remember, I'm not a historian. I kind of want to do like a rancher style house with that like more rusticy build on the inside. Is what I'm thinking. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it is in my brain. And I think I'm gonna do a porch thing here. That's why I left it blank. Did it go all the way? Or I think it feels more like a ranch when it doesn't go all the way. But how is your guys' summer and life in general? How's it been? I think you got to step up on some steps, you know what I mean, to get to the front porch. Feel like that is how this house has to be. And then I'm going to move it to the back. Also, this is horse ranch. We actually might need room for a horse, huh? Oh, goodness. I didn't think about that already. I'm like, where's room for the horse? Would this be like the one person in town who doesn't have a horse? Huh. Okay. Well, maybe I need to do that first. My brain. I miss The Sims so much, though. So it wasn't like the only reason I didn't play The Sims is because I felt like if I'm not doing YouTube, I don't deserve to play The Sims because I just felt guilty. Awesome. I'm glad. I've been trying to be optimistic about this year. When I'm not joking, on paper, if I say everything that happened, it's been a bad year, but my brain has been optimistic, because I've done a lot of healing, so I think that has a lot to do with it. Um, and I know this is just going to be a season for us. It's been a rough one, but it'll be all right. All right. There we go. I forgot I could, type in horse ranch. Okay. Pets. Oh, and I wasn't looking in animal stuff anyways. I was never going to find it. I guess technically they don't have to have a shed, but I feel like it does. So I kind of have the idea of now. Let me do post. Yeah. Just like plop something up over here so we can pretend. Oh, crap. You know what we need? Cheats. All right. Yeah, because I need to... Not that button. The control or alt? I thought it was alt. Oh, maybe I need to do testing. Sometimes you don't have to do testing cheats on, because sometimes they'll automatically work for some reason, but whatever. Oh, cool. I can't spell today. Well, I can't spell every day. All right, there we go. Yeah, I know. And if I didn't get through all the other crap, why can't I like alt place? Kind of weird. I'm trying to... Do you know what I mean? When you type in moving cheats, you should... This is what I'm trying to do. Can these not be all placed? Oh, maybe they can't. I didn't know. You know what? Let's just come at it from a different angle. Let's do it this way. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So we can act like it's put on. I'm going to limit myself to packs. I heard there's like a new thing where you can turn off certain packs, but people are like having problems with that. So I'm not even going to fiddle around with it because I just want my game to work, so that's not something I'm going to personally play with. But if you guys are using it, let me know if it's working. I am curious. I mean, I don't really want... The only thing I want to turn off, if I'm being really, 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 really honest, the only thing I absolutely hate in the game, now that I have almost basically the entire game, I don't have the new kits, but I just want to turn off Love Struck because I hate it so much. The mechanics are terrible, and I would rather just play with mods because the mechanics suck. I feel like Love Struck ruined my challenge for what's it called? Sorry, my brain is not functioning. My whatchamacallit challenge. My brain can't function. Super lot. Hey, okay, hang on one second. My kid's crying. They just got back from practice. I'm gonna go make sure she's okay. Give me 1 second. Sorry. My youngest is really sad that a lot of her stuff that she wants to eat is for school. She wants to eat it before bed. So that's what she was crying about. I was like, what is happening? It's not serious. All right. So I think I'm going to put the food out back for the horse because I've decided there's going to be one. And then we'll just put like sleeping situation. I know. She was like, I really want to eat, and everything I want to eat is for school. I was like, okay. I'm glad to know you're going to want to eat that when you go to school. All right. This is not ideal. Maybe if I like make it a little longer. Yeah, we'll call this fine. Look, fine is okay. Maybe a fence will make it look better too. I don't want to get like hung up on this. Maybe he doesn't need a horse or she. It doesn't matter who they are. But now my brain is like, this is the world for horses. Like, am I really going to choose not to do horses? I don't want this modern. And I don't think a privacy one makes sense. But if it might look like a stall if I do this. All right, I'm going to have to scrap the porch idea because my brain is saying we do need a horse closure. So we will just listen to what the brain wants because there's a reason it's telling me that's what we need. That's where the stories come from, my good old brain. And that's why everyone's here, right? It's like I could tell a story. So I'm going to listen to my brain. All right. Move that there. Oh, kidding. Yeah, so we'll do a horse situation. We haven't done any horses, so that'll be fun. Different. And I definitely haven't built a house. I mean, this is given more cabin like anyway, so it makes more sense. It's fine. All right. I do like the fence idea. Being this fence. Wondering, should I make it indoor though? Or just like a cover area, like a stall? I like that. I don't know. I mean, a horse should be able to get through. In theory, they should be able to get through that. And this is a lot of space. And they don't really need any of this stuff, but... well, they need this, but they don't really need the water, which missed opportunity, in my opinion. Instead of, like, attention, I wish they needed water. Because I hate giving pets attention in The Sims. I swear. They're so needy. I'm like, I don't want this to feel real. I want this to be a simulation. I want it to be easier than real life. I just saw today, actually, that there's going to be a new expansion pack. In like, what, October? Like, it's some kind of Adventured Weights. And I'm like, are you crapping me right now? The game doesn't even fully work, like, all together. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, I have strong opinions about that. And I really bought fairies and I didn't even play it. So I'm going to have to keep my hands off of buying anything. I'm just such a completionist that I think, oh, I need it all, but I don't want it. I really don't want it, and I always get mad at myself for buying it. All right. Let's just do some horse ranch for now. Let's have a cabin vibe. Base game. Do you guys have any fun stories that you're doing in your games right now? Anything wild? Kind of like this. And we need a front porch since we don't have a back porch or side porch. Hey, how are you? How are you guys? I'm so happy to be live streaming today. I've been really missing being on. I was just letting everyone know that I have a new schedule. So I actually have time during so I usually record at night, which is why I haven't had any videos out because life has been really hectic. But this is actually really high. Let me lower it. But now that I have a new schedule, I can record during the day. So I'm gonna have videos out regularly again, and I'm very excited about it. Um, because I've missed my stories so bad. Like I've been thinking about my characters like all the time, like where their story's going and all the things. So right now I'm just building, I'm making a save file. So whenever I want to in the future, oh, Sims 2 is fun. I kind of, so my OCD, hang on, I need to turn something off. Is it the unit toggle? That's what needs to go off. Okay. My OCD has been hitting me lately. And every time my OCD is like hyper, I want to play Sim City, and I am not good at playing Sim City. I'm telling you, my Sim Cities crash and burn. But I really like building the city, meeting the needs, seeing that I'm reaching energy quota. I don't know if that makes sense, but mentally, even though I know my city is doomed and I really can't go too far before I'm like running out of resources. Um, yeah, I'm healthy. I just have a rough life right now. So my family is healthy. Well, I have a big doctor's appointment coming up, but in general, yes, no broken teeth. I have one more tooth appointment for just for fillings. I've broken 3 teeth this year. I broke this one recently, and then these two this year. I've broken 3 teeth. So it's been fun. Like I thought, I swear, I told my husband, I was like, I feel like people think I'm making this up, but he's like, honestly, so like it's so many things happening. He was like, there's no way you can make it up because how can you remember? I was like, I know. I've broken 3 teeth. I got scammed out of thousands of dollars. Just not in a bad way. I bought, well, yeah, a bad way, but we made the most of it. Our trip was a scam. We were going to a convention that didn't provide anything that they said that they were going to provide. And so we were out of pocket, like we paid for so much out of pocket, and anything we paid for with our tickets was non like we paid for workshops and stuff like that, and it didn't happen. So we're out of like a bit of money, not like tons and tons of money, but the total cost for us to go was like $1,000. So we obviously made the most of it and made it like a vacation. But it was meant to be a convention. We were supposed to go to a convention, take some workshops and do some cool activities and all that and go to a ball. And it was not good. Oh my gosh. I literally cried so stinking hard about it. And my husband just laughed. And he was like, we've never gotten away together. We've never got to go away together. So it was special. And then all my friends came too because it was a book convention, a fantasy book convention. So, you know, we dressed up as characters and cosplayed. I don't know if you guys saw my photo. I was dressed up as Claire from Outlander. And it was really, oh my God, I love this. Oh my gosh, I love this. That was so cool. If you guys see something flying around, it's a fly. I had my windows open today and I'm living to regret it. Oh my gosh, I love the new features too to the roof. I don't know how to do them. So that might be scary later, but it feels like roofs have more shape, or maybe it's the waviness that makes it. I don't know. I like it. I'm going to do it. But anyways, so I was dressed up as Claire from Outlander and all that fun stuff. And it ended up not working out, like the convention. So we were like walking around this like convention center, luxurious hotel dressed up as like characters. And it was just like a small group of us. Anyways, it was like in hindsight could have been embarrassing, but I had friends there and my husband. And so, oh yeah, I'm doing it. And so it ended up, you know, being Well, no, I'll build a nice house. Anyways, it ended up being worth it and it was okay. But I did cry about it because I was like, I invited people to come and, we got all excited. I know they're all adults and they all made their own decision to go. But I feel like because it was my anniversary and we were all going together and stuff, I feel responsible for it being a dud. So I'm not the person who scammed people out of money, but my brain feels pretty crappy. So, but all my friends, we all had a good time because we were there together with friends. You know what I mean? And I've never had friends before until I joined book club. So it was really special that, like, I don't know, we kind of all stood up for each other. And I don't know, it was just like a rallying of like, hey, this is a crappy situation where we got taken advantage of because we like something. And, we could wallow in it or we could make the most of it. And that we did. And it made it fun. I like my little shack house cabin thing. Shack house cabin thing. Oh, yeah. I really like it. With its 2 small windows. All right. I can't go window crazy until I know what the interior design looks like. But I'll just put one on. Yeah. All right. I'm liking this. I don't feel like, because of the way this area is, I feel like there really shouldn't be a lot of landscaping. And nor do I feel like it needs a path. So if you guys are standing with me on that business, I'm going to say that's how it has to be. I wonder if I should extend this, though. No, that looks stupid. I'm like, that looks terrible. All right. Let's go inside. Those windows are way too low. Okay. All right. Let's get some doors in this place. I love these doors from Cottage Living. 10 out of 10. I will use them almost anywhere. All right. So this is obviously the bathroom and the bedroom. I do feel like cabins, though, are like small houses tend to have like narrow hallways and closed kitchens. So narrow hallway, I mean, that's kind of a big hallway, but in The Sims, you kind of have some room. And then I'm really good about leaving myself the smallest living room in the entire world. Maybe I can do a galley kitchen and then do living and dining together. I like that idea. I can't believe I'm actually thinking of the floor plan, though, before mapping it out. I feel like I'm pretty good about forgetting. Oh, I'm so cold. Sorry. You're not here, you don't know, but I'm very cold. That's crazy because I set the temperature of this place. All right. Galley kitchen, enter through there. And then we'll do windows later. Let us light up this butthole. Sorry, I was going to say the B word, and then I was like, oh, don't cuss on stream. So I said butthole. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, so let me talk about my challenges. I feel like Superlot got away from me story-wise, and I feel like I was like manically making a evil story. So I'm gonna try to rein that back in. I've always wanted it to be sci-fi. We talked about her, like, the psychology of her, like, living in a bunker and stuff like that. But because Love Struck made her and Nox hate each other, I was like, I'm sick of Nox. I want to lock him in the basement, whatever. I want to, like, my character is crazy. She's building a bunker, but I want to, like, rein back because I feel like I lost who she is because she's never left her house. So I kind of feel like I've lost her a little bit. So I'm still going to build and work on building money, but I'm going to be kind of like gentle on the story until I feel like I know her again. So I know that's what I'm going to do there. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to play. It means that I'm not going to make crazy things happen in her story until I know who she is again. So her and Nox are going to be healthily married and work past her. Maybe we'll just call it like crazy baby blues or something. I don't know. Her craziness. Or maybe he locked himself. We can say he locked himself in the basement to make nectar because he's kind of going stir crazy. And I kind of like shaggy carpet, actually. Kind of fun. So we could do that. That one. And we always said, we literally said it from the beginning, she was going to build a robot, program it with AI to be her perfect companion. That doesn't mean it needs to be a romantic partner. It just needs to be her best friend. So that's going to be my goal, is to like make the robot her best friend. And we'll say it's programmed with like this AI that's like her best, like, you know, evolves to stay alive by like complimenting her and telling her like how wonderful she is and stuff like that. Like it strokes her ego essentially. And so that's what, because she's having a baby, so I don't really want her to be like insane, but I do kind of like silly tendencies, sure, just don't want her insane. So those are things I'm gonna work on for that story, because I felt like it was going a little bit haywire. I mean, I didn't hate it, I was having fun, but I was getting annoyed with like the mechanics of Love Struck. Like they were driving me insane. So I'm gonna see, I hate to say the word mod, I say it every single freaking time I play Sims. But I'm gonna see, I don't want to disable Love Struck because I paid for the freaking game and I want the stuff that came in it. I just don't want the game mechanics. So I'm gonna see if there is a mod that will disable like the relationship panel from that, like the way it affects relationships, if that makes sense, from Love Struck. If there is, I will just turn off those relationship issues and we'll be right as rain. So that's kind of my plan for Superlot, because I don't want to quit it. It's always going to be a challenge that goes on in the background, and I know it's a really popular challenge on my channel. Like I'm still getting constant new viewers because of Superlot, but I'm going to stick with doing one video a week and just kind of keeping it you know, in rotation. Extreme Ultimate Decades Challenge, the rules are getting completely rewritten. So I was already rewriting rules because I was thinking about doing a time jump. No, I was going to play through the war. I want to play through the war, but I wanted to do a time jump after the war to the year 1400 so I can make a new save file, and then we can play the grandkids of the characters, because I couldn't save my save file. So I was going to take their genetics and just make new characters and build a new medieval world, but 1400. So we were still moving forward in the timeline. And the way I was going to justify that is I'm still doing all the war rolls and all the heavy death. I actually, you guys, my war rolls are harder than the ones that's in the challenge. I haven't told you them. But basically, I don't know if you guys know the game Risk, but basically my rolls are Risk. So like certain characters, like if they're a vampire, they'll be worth, like I'm going to roll dice for the opposing battle. So instead of saying, oh, I'm going to roll like this, I think the challenge says like roll a D 20 to see if your character dies, and you know, all that. What I'm going to do is like, okay, these people are in a troop and these people are in a troop. They go head to head, but this one has a vampire, but this one has a royal, this one has 3 peasants. Who dies like in the collision? So I was going to play like the game Risk, which is my favorite board game. That's what I was going to do. And I'm still going to do that. So it has a higher possibility of people dying. So I'm not like making it easier for me. I just need to do a time jump so we can keep telling the story and keep going on. So, and then kind of like the way the time jump will work is like, we have to suffer the long-term consequences of whatever the people decided in the 1300s. And, you know, how is that going to affect the future of our kingdom? Because our kingdom is not medieval Europe, as I've said literally since the beginning of my challenge. And it's getting to the point where like so many things have happened in the kingdom. Like what's gonna, you know, what's it gonna be like? So that's kind of the vibe I was going for. And Cosmic Hippie is the first person I ever saw play the Ultimate Decades Challenge. And I loved her so much that I was like, I have to play this challenge. I want to know what this is. And I started playing because of her. And she just rewrote her own rules because her save file broke and got so far messed up too that there was no getting. And she was saying like when you record it, when you're recording it, and she's right, it becomes to the point where you have too much money or too many Sims to manage. And if you're playing by yourself, like that's fine and dandy, but it's really, really hard when you're recording it. And you don't get to spend the right amount of time with the characters you want to. So she made some new rules up where she's pausing her timeline. She's also doing time jumps too. But we still get to play through important events. She's doing 20 generations. Mine, I have it written to 50. But if you played the original challenge, you're playing 255 heirs if they lived approximately 30 Sims years. So it's like, that's crazy. And I've been playing this challenge for 3 years now, and I haven't gotten out of the 1300s. You know what I mean? So that was like kind of like her point, is like Sheila wants to play. She really likes to play in historical gameplay. And I really do too. That she was like, I want to be able to enjoy the other, decades and stuff. So I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to do like big time jumps. I think the way I have it written is we're going to go from, so the war we're in right now, I think it's, what is it? Like 1337. We're going to play one more heir. So we're playing France, wait, who are we playing? Francis died. Francis is Frederick's little brother. So we're playing Francis's son, Theodore. So we're playing Theodore. So we're going to play out a couple of battle collisions. Basically, when Theodore has his child, we're going to like figure out which ones of the family line survive and procreate. And then we'll do like a I don't know if you've ever seen someone do a sim cast video where they take like the kid. And so what I'm thinking about is we're going to do the time jump in cast. So we're going to say, okay, this is, I'm not going to say it's Theodore, but like, this is Theodore's son and he marries this woman. Then I'm going to roll the dice to see if she, if she gives birth, if the kid dies, and then we'll make the kid in cast, and then we'll marry we'll age them up, we'll marry them. And we'll do it all in cast. So that way we still have like the family timeline, but we're not physically playing it out. And then we can start the year 1400. I hope you guys don't hate that. And what I plan on doing is playing 5 heirs per 100 years. So, like instead of, spending, we spent like 30 years, like 20 something years with Jacob. I only had Frederick for like 10 years. And then I had Francis for like a day. And then his son Theodore now is the 3rd generation. And I've had him for like 5-ish years. If we keep going that rate and we're at the year 1337, I still have 3 more years. There's a chance like I'm going to have another heir. And I'm not even like halfway through the 1300s. So I'm going to do it where we have like 5 heirs. So maybe we don't spend all our time with one in their day-to-day life. Maybe we'll be like, oh, it's been 5 years since, anything's happened on the farm. And now we're moving with this family is, their oldest child is getting married. We might do something like that. I don't know if that makes any sense. Storytelling wise, I promised it will with visuals. So if it doesn't make sense with me verbally explaining it, I promise when I storytell it, it'll make sense. And I'll do like a montage of like what they've been doing in those 5 years. So you can see, oh, like little Sally, fell on, like got sick of a fever and died, and, blah, 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 blah. But we'll do it like a montage, and then we'll pause the timeline and actually get to rotational gameplay with our family and stuff like that. Because I always feel like I don't get to spend enough time with the family members, that I might not become invested in the heir. Because I remember someone said, I just like killing my Sims. I won't have any left. And I was like, I don't care if they die. But I cried when Halia and Jacob died because I spent so much time with them. But then when Frederick and his whole family died, I was like, okay. Like, because I just wasn't invested in them. So the ones that like I don't feel overly attached to, we'll do like a montage, like this is what their life was like, and now their son is becoming heir or whatever, And I think that's gonna go over really well. I feel like I will have some people saying this isn't the ultimate decade challenge, and I'm like, I know that. So I might just call it, it's an extreme timeline. We're playing a medieval timeline, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I just would like to see myself finish the challenge before 10 years. of real time. And that's what I feel like it'll take me 10 years to finish it if I follow the exact rules. Thank you. I think a lot of people will enjoy the modification because I just want to play medieval. Basically, I want to play past timelines. But I always plan this. I just thought I would be there faster before I ever I wanted to tell you guys. So I always planned instead. So you're supposed to go to 2020. 3, I think, is what you're supposed to go to in the challenge, if I'm not mistaken. I always plan to go to 2020, and then during the lockdown, I do this in parentheses because, again, it's not Earth that I am playing, as I've said a million times. So during the lockdown, I wanted my sim to invent time travel, and then I wanted to do a futuristic gameplay. And then I wanted that Sims family to do the time. So I wanted to go to the year 3000 and play like 10 years there. And I thought that would be fun to like a part of the timeline challenge, the Extreme Ultimate Decade, you know? And then I wanted their like grandchild to use the time machine and go to the future, but it's a zombie apocalypse. And then I wanted to play like 3 to 5 years of a zombie apocalypse. And then I wanted them to break the time machine and then end back up in the medieval times. That's always been my end game for the generations of the Ultimate Decades Challenge. So I'm still going to do that, but now we actually might get to see it because it's not going to take me 10 physical years to play. It still might take me 2 more years, but I do think it'll be able to move along a lot quicker now that life is a little different at home. And I'm really excited because I really like all the medieval elements. I really want to use this and stuff like that. So I'm really, really excited. Do you guys have kids going back to school or anything exciting happening? I feel like I just rambled, but I know I'm here to talk. Oh, I know it's okay. But I feel like I overshared on something. You know what I mean? Well, now you guys know my secret plan that I've always had for Ultimate Decades. I originally thought at this point, I thought I could do 1,000 years, and so like the year 1300, not 1,000, 100 years. I thought I could do them every 6 months. So I already thought that I would be like in the 1800s by now when I originally started this challenge. And I am not. So that's so crazy to be almost 3 years later. So that's really funny that I thought that. Maybe as a horse trophy. I like that. I kind of want a fireplace too. Or a radiator. Yeah. Hey, Zoe. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Actually, no, a radiator is not smart. We want a fireplace. Oh, fun. Oh, have fun in Myrtle Beach. That's going to be so nice. Ah, this is what he needs. Or she. I don't know who lives here yet. And we can do it over here. I mean, I should build out. Technically, I should build out, but I'm not going to do it. And we'll do like a little chair. That's going to be really fun for you. I like the recliner chair. Yeah, do I have another challenge or do I just have my save file in Ultimate Decades and oh, Crybaby. Oh, I love Crybaby. That one is a cozy challenge, as silly as I say, because that story is not cozy at all. That one's just gonna go as it goes. I'll give it attention when I have time to give it attention. I know not too many people love it, but I love it, so it's for me. Like, I don't think anyone hates it. I just know that's not what brought people to my channel. You know what I mean? That's a weird place. So that one, Crybaby will still happen. I think Crybaby might be 1 time a week too. I would like to get back to Extreme Ultimate Decades being 2 times a week. And then Super Lot being 1 because it's gonna be a big episode because I'm like earning money and building. So those are just really big episodes. Oh, that is awesome. I hope you and your family have the best time. It's still perfect weather up here. I don't live too far from there. I live a couple hours away. And it's perfect weather up here. So you should be like not too hot, not too cold. I don't like this now. I, I feel like I really haven't had to think about this house that much because so much in this game goes with this aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of this works together that I don't have to, does this look good together or does this look good together? You know what I mean? I know what I mean. All right, let's get some rugs out. Cute. Unicorn rug for the horse loving person? Sure. Let's do a record or this thing. Yeah. Can I get a table for that? That is going to be a lot of fun though. I think you're going to be really happy with spending all that quality time with everybody. I love it. Love to see it. All right. And then we need kind of like we need a dining room little thing over here. That's too low for this house, I think. I wish this, what does it look dumb sized out? No, it doesn't. Okay, cool. Cool. We'll just do it there then. And not overthinking it. Just placing it down. Like they did in my house. My lights are so wonky. I can't even, it actually messes with my brain how unsymmetrical the lights are in my house. Can I like make it a fun color? Yeah, let's do that. Actually, yeah, that one. All right, let's make a 4-seater. Maybe they're social. And so yeah, that is the ramble of where I am mentally for my challenges. I think they're all going to get the love and attention I've been wanting to give them for quite some time now. I've been, like I said, I've been thinking about the characters a lot. Ugh, sorry. I don't want to use a fan in here, too. I don't like that idea. I love that we're finally getting stuff like this. This fan. Let's do it in silver. Oh, milk carton. Morning milk. I wonder what kind of sim would live here. Obviously a horse person. But like, I wonder, like, it wouldn't be someone who's like doing the horse ranch, like the horse aspiration. I feel like it's just someone who has a horse. And I don't think they're like nectar makers or anything crazy like that. I think they're pretty chill people. And I'm not sure if it's one or two. I feel like I need more families in here, but I just don't feel like making a full family. I kind of like the idea of having a bunch of characters that aren't fully committed yet. So then they can get married if I want them to later on. Because I'm a singer. All right. Just realized we don't have one of these in the bathroom. So let's remedy that. And then we'll need, I think I'm going to do them in the corner. I don't really like curtains on every window, but this kind of tiny house, I don't know. I just feel like they would do that. All right. Let's do some kind of like nook area. Like a living room. Entryway situation. So I think the first videos I'm going to be recording are probably going to be Super Lot and Crybaby. And I think I will be able to have that Extreme Ultimates, I want to say by the end of the week. That's my goal. slightly nervous to say that because I don't like letting people down. So that's my goal. But I'm also just being like really realistic with my ability because I'm going to be playing in my broken save file because I'm trying to fast track a couple of years where it all works out. So I have to play around it glitching on me. But I think I might be able to. All right. That's a cute little entryway. Now we just need like a painting. And lead. Oh, convenient. I did this thing when I did a build recently. Well, I say recently. When I was playing on my laptop this summer, I did this thing where I like framed this painting. And it looked so cool. Like a mural. But I'm wondering why it's not working now. Did I shrink it down this much or did I have it big? So this is how big it comes. I must have just, oops. Oh, huh. It might just be how this wall is built. But I like framed it with poles and it looked so good. But I guess I can't do it again, so that's lame. Whatever. Ah, that looks bad. I'm not going to leave it. Okay. We have other Midwestern. We actually have a lot of Western photos and country photos. I feel like I need more paintings in this game. Boom. Western photo. I need the little kit that has like all the little stuff everywhere. Book Nook is good. Basement treasures and everyday clutter. Boom. Exactly what I need. Guess we need a plant too. Need some greenery in here. It's getting kind of, oh, this is I mean, a rocking chair is nice. I could put it out here actually. Rocking chair is nice. But what I really need is this. Because this is what I was envisioning. Is like, he comes in, maybe has a dog. No, I need to do a 2-seater. Yeah, like that. And then he comes in, his dog sleeps right here. So now this person is a he, definitely has a dog. I have him in my mind. That doesn't mean that he doesn't live, or maybe we won't give them the old sad story that maybe his partner's dead. I'm so quick to give people a bad backstory. Shelf. Add to the counters. I just do alt placement. And so I have move objects on. And I move my count. I know you can use the red shelf. I just don't. Because it's just another thing to have in the game. So I move the counter away. And then I click alt. And then I'll like... So hang on. Let me move both of these counters. And then I'll place it like roughly right here. After placing it on the counter to get the height I want. See how it has like a height? And then I'll like, if I want it here, whatever, I do it 360, but I'm holding down Alt the whole time. And then it like lands like this, where it's not exactly where the counter snaps normally. Sort of like that, if that's what you meant. Kind of like the idea. Thank you. I kind of like the idea of this, like, is a granddad. Maybe his wife is dead and his grandchildren come to live with him for some reason. Maybe their parents are also dead. Maybe his wife died of natural causes and his kids, like, maybe his daughter was a single mom and now maybe she died. Or maybe she's like a traveling work nurse, and maybe she stays here with them, but they're with him more often than not because she's always traveling to work. Yeah, I'm holding down the object with Alt the whole time. So this milk carton is already higher right here. So I'm going to move the table. Hang on. I think I want to look at the grid first. So see how like the center of my table is right here? I'm going to keep that in my mind. I'm going to grab my milk carton. I'm pressing Alt now so I can move it anywhere technically. And then I'm thinking about like, oh, what if I want it on the table like right here? And then when I move the table back over, it's in a place that isn't naturally slotted on the table. So if I were to put something else, oh, yes, hang on. Sorry, I got distracted. But so see how I like put something else on the table, it goes right over it because technically nothing is on the table because it's not in the slot. If that makes sense. But now I figured out the character. So that's fun. I do think that's what I'm gonna say is like maybe his two granddaughters live with him. I don't have room for them yet. So, oh, I can build a basement. I might not be able to do that tonight. I could build a basement. Maybe they have to access it right here. And there's like a 2-bedroom apartment where the girls have to share a room, a teenager and like a little kid. And the teenager's like angsty. And then the mom is a travel nurse. So technically the mom lives here, but I'm going to be like, oh, she's traveling all the time and she's never really home. So the kids have to like live with their grandpa and he's like trying to relate to them playing like board games and stuff like that. Trying to like build a relationship with them. I like that idea. So that's their story. Now I can add more details to like customize because I know who they are. I know that's clipping into the wall, but I mean the thing, I'm going to pretend like it's not. I'm just going to look the other way. All right. I feel good now that I know who they are. Diary there. Let's see what we can pick for photos. Yeah, that's a good one. That's always a classic photo. It looks good. And then what can we put? Like this there. Love that. I'm really happy with their story. I probably need like wall lights instead of overhead lights because this house is a little older. So let's get rid of that one. I'm just not used to playing in such a dark space. We can do that one there. All right, time for the kitchen. We've almost been live streaming for a whole hour, so that's been exciting. This one I'm definitely going to have to come back to just because it is our second day of school tomorrow, and I want to make sure that I have a good routine in place. But I want to ask you guys, thank you, by the way, let me say thank you first for being here on a not normal day for me. Does Mondays work best for you guys, or are you like, do you guys like the idea of Tuesdays? I do think I am moving stream up to 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like we're at right now. I think I like this time. But is there like a day you guys prefer? I can't do Fridays because I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, I can't do those days, but is there like a day you guys like? I always, I want to check in on that because I want to make sure that we have our Sims club, like we call it. I want to make sure we have everyone who's normally here, so no one feels like abandoned or left out. Oh yeah, this was going to be a galley. That's right. We need to do it like that. So let me know now if you have a preference to a day. And I can Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are like the best possible days. So anything works right now. So I would say normally a month. So right now we've had 36 views and then our 5 regulars. I would say we get a lot of traffic on Mondays. So I can try to make Monday work next week. I just couldn't make it work yesterday because today was our first day of school and yesterday was a holiday and I was like, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? But I'll always do my best to communicate. I know I haven't been on the Discord. I stopped getting notifications for it and I literally forgot it existed. But I do want to use that whenever to keep you guys up to date. But remember, this is my first time ever using Discord. So I'm not like well versed in it. So doing my best there. But I will continue to attempt using it better in the future. So I definitely feel like Grandpa has a microwave. I feel like he would. Ooh, a fixer-upper one is cool, but I think it's gonna clash there. It might work. Yeah, we'll stick with that color. And he has a coffee maker for sure because Mom is a nurse. So, all right, that works. I kind of want to plant an orange tree. But do we have oranges in The Sims? I don't think we have orange trees. Am I crazy? We have lemons. We don't have limes. We have apples. How do I have a bucket of oranges and no oranges? We don't have peaches either, do we? Crazy. Crazy work. Actually, I feel like giving him a hobby of repairing this stuff. So that's happening. So he can repair that, but I'm not going to make him repair the oven because that's kind of crazy. Actually, you know what? I am. I'm going to do it. Repair the oven to have an oven. Retro oven. It doesn't really match, but maybe I can change the wood tone. Oh, there we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Cool beans. I'm not going to give them a fake fridge, not the fake fridge. I'm not going to give them the restoration fridge because that is too much work. They need a source of food. So I'm not going to be cruel. I'm just going to be challenging for them. So I'm going to say, I think next week we can manage the Monday stream. I think that'll be fine. It's, whenever it doesn't work, I'll let you guys know. Like I did this week. I was like, hey, it'll be this day instead. And, that should go in our favor pretty well. I hate this. Why is this? Ooh, line up, line up. All right, the windows have to move. I tried to make it work. I think next week I'm going to build their basement. Or I'll make them and then we'll build the basement. This family's going to take me a little bit longer because, like I said, I need to go to bed soon. So I just really wanted to check in and chat with you guys and let you guys know what's going on because, like, I wouldn't have any of this community without you guys. So it's really important to me that I communicate with you guys. All right, hear me out. Different thing. Arrangement. All right, so I'm going to do that thing again where I move the counter and then I alt place the item. There we go. That way we should still be able to use the counter, but if not, I have the other side. And then I guess I need a hood range. I hate those most of the time because I don't feel like the ones in the game match or look good. So they're really annoying to me. But it's there. Yep. Good enough. All right. So I want to get a dog bowl because I do need to, I do want them to have a dog. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think we should have his stuff in here too. Smaller? Oh yeah, I want the smaller one. We need to save space. All right. And then a dog bowl. Sure, we'll do it in blue. And then let's put a bed over here like I was picturing. Oh, I guess I'd need more chairs though if his daughter's living here. Guess I do need all 4. Do it out here. There we go. Sure, that's fine. I just need a place for the dog. Do you guys know the Cinderella story that has Drew Barrymore in it? You know what I'm talking about? I've been thinking about the quotes from that movie a lot, and I want to watch it soon. I love it. I haven't seen it in a really long time, but I'm ready to watch it again. We'll just say this works. All right. Tight squeeze central. That's fine with me. All right. I don't think we need any decoration right here because it doesn't make sense because there's this little TV. And then that is fine. I think this is realistic. I don't like things to be over decorated. All right. I think that works too. Yeah. This is Grandpa's room, which is a very great, like it's super standard, you know? All right. And we have dog stuff and all of that. How about that? This took me an hour, guys. I did this in an hour. I'm proud of myself. It's like, it's move-in ready complete. I wonder how much it cost. A little over a single starting fund, but if you had a big family, you might be able to afford it. You just wouldn't have room for them. I'm going to save it, and then I am going to log off today at this time, but next week we're going to shoot for a 90-minute stream starting at 8, ending at 9:30. Let me know if you guys are going to be good for Monday. Feel free to comment in the community page on Facebook anytime you need to. I am going to check my Discord on Fridays and Mondays at least, and I will give updates. So, like I said, I'm getting a facial done tomorrow, a part of self-care. Thursday, I have no plans. So Thursday, I'm going to try to record 2 videos so you guys can have videos this weekend of stuff I recorded this week. And then Friday, I have time too. Thank you guys. I really like the build. I think it's super cute. And I'm starting to picture the characters now for the save file. I think they're going to be really cute. What we'll do on Monday is we'll make the grandpa, his daughter, and their 2 kids, or not their 2 kids, his grandkids, her kids. And then we will build the basement part on Monday. But yeah, so again, I'm going to try to record 2 episodes on Thursday, and then if I can get an episode recorded on Friday, I will try to record Extreme Ultimate Decades. That's the goal. I'm going to open up that save file that crashes on me all the time and see what we can make happen. If not, I will use its clone and we will make the war happen with whatever pieces I have. And we will move the timeline forward and all that. So thank you guys for being here. I am so happy to talk with you guys. I hope you guys have a great night. And I'm so happy to be back. And I missed you guys. So we'll see you soon, all right? I want to give you time to say goodbye just in case you want to say goodbye to each other. Let me do the good old save.